Texas taxpayers are now funding private schools that can legally discriminate, exclude students, and opt out of basic civil rights protections. More than 90% of the schools approved for vouchers are religious. Dozens have written policies that bar or expel LGBTQ plus students. Public schools are required to protect students from sex and gender-based harassment. Private schools, religious schools, are not. They are exempt from Title I-X. And Texas's voucher law goes even further by declaring these schools are not state actors, meaning the state cannot impose anti-discrimination requirements on them. Attempts to add those protections were blocked, but those protections you would think should be added because taxpayer money are now paying for these schools through the voucher program. So yeah, your tax dollars are funding schools that can say, our religion says you are not allowed here. These schools do not have to accept all students. They use tests, interviews, recommendations, faith requirements, and admissions priorities that automatically screen people out. Over 180 Texas counties don't have a single participating school to use their voucher money on past kindergarten. Rural families are paying still the same tax dollars. So they're paying into a system where they can't even benefit. And the money doesn't even work out either, because what are these schools doing? They're raising their tuition prices. The voucher is about $10,474, but roughly a third of schools charge more than that, plus fees for uniforms, testing, sports, and supplies. Look, my kids went to private school. It's a lot, and it's not just the money for tuition. Okay, so keep that in mind. It doesn't matter if you get these vouchers or not. If you can't afford private school, you can't afford private school. Okay, and then private schools are not required to make accommodations for special education services. Out of 250 schools that the Texas Observer reviewed, very few offered any meaningful special ed support. Most say students are admitted only if their needs can be met with existing resources. So what are SPED students supposed to do? Or just, I guess, supposed to go back to the dark ages whenever special ed kids just existed in institutions or stayed home and didn't get an education. What they're saying is that the first round of vouchers would likely prioritize families already enrolled in private schools. So that's parents that can already afford it and pay for it, right? So if you're a public school family, currently, a rural family, a family with a disabled child, a family with an LGBTQ plus kid, you're still paying taxes, but this system is not for you. It doesn't work. Like, it's not for you. It's for rich, privileged families. It's public money funding discrimination, exclusion, and religious ideology, while public schools are left with less. That's the reality behind Texas vouchers. Good thing we're going to get a new governor in 296 days.